Hey guys, welcome back. So we are catching up. We're doing Encanto. Now this came out Christmas Eve. I was gonna have this uploaded on Christmas, but honestly, I clearly didn't get to it. I've been so behind on other things. I'm aiming for by the
No,
first
what
week
the
in
hell?
January. I want to do it by January 1st. It's not gonna happen. By the first week in January, I will have over 3 years worth of movie reviews on my website, which is linked in my YouTube profile, so you guys can go check that out. I have Disney and more, so you may be looking for something. I have TV reviews. I'll be uploading more book reviews soon, so you guys can go check that out. Anyway, that being said, beyond that, not feeling well, holidays, I actually took a few days off to spend with my little one. It's not that little, but little enough, right? I needed a break from Encanto, right? So I did watch it. I watched it first on my own, and then we watched it as a family. I have some thoughts, so I'm going to give you my thoughts. Then we're going to go over the Easter eggs and hidden Mickeys, and we'll go about our day. All right. All right. That being said, let's talk about Encanto. I I had like this weird non-excitement about it. Okay, so like understand I've seen the trailers and I liked the music. My son is very musical, loves musical style in his animated films. I mean, he's almost 9, so but there was something about this where I was kind of like I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have that overall excitement about some other movies that I normally get. Um so that initial reaction to it was I was watching it and I was just watching it more for like the review aspect, right? I wasn't really looking for Easter eggs, I'll be honest. I wanted to give full attention to the review. And I thought it was cute. I thought it had a really good lesson behind it. Maribel is very relatable. Actually, Isabel is very relatable. So is Louise. I feel like each one of them had their own little premise. Now, I'm obviously not Latinx, but I can completely understand from my cultural growing up the feeling of feeling like a black sheep and not feeling good enough and needing to feel like you're perfect. And I think everyone in every every familial situation can relate to those feelings, right? And I think that was just what's so deeply wonderful about it. On the flip side, there was this very magical they had these magical powers, they helped the community. I actually really enjoyed that. I love that they had such an amazing community that it didn't matter that their powers were gone for a time. They all came together to help and fix things. So that's the flip side. Okay. I I don't know. There was just something about it just felt I don't know how to explain it. Like it just felt like there was something I don't know either missing or a little bit too forced with the whole Maribel. From her perspective, I get that she was the missing link and the savior and all that. I just felt like there was something missing. I'll be honest. That being said, the colors, the music, the storyline, otherwise was phenomenal. I do recommend it. It's not that scary for kids. There's, really one or two scenes where it's like, okay, it might be a little bit on the darker side, but we're good. It's not a movie I would say that I would like to see a sequel to, but a short explaining something would be great. Okay? Disney, if you're hearing me, you can explain some things. That being said, I adored her nephew and his animal talking powers. That was such a good oh god, I can't think of the name. um, not overlap, God, I cannot think of the name of what I'm trying to say. Lead in with the animals, and like he loves animals and talks to animals and gives Bruno the cheetah that Mirabelle made to calm him. I think that was really cute. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say in terms of review. I thought it was cute. The music was really good and relatable, and I know a lot of people are talking about it on TikTok, which I will. I have yet to do my TikTok video on this. So anyway, let's go to the Easter eggs, and yeah, let's go check out what there were. Okay, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys very shortly. So in Encanto, each of the children have a power except for Mirabelle. And in this instance, Mirabelle, um, well, she doesn't have a power for a reason. So we're going to go through this. Now, it goes through the story that each of the grandmother's children have power, and then their children have power, and so forth. But like I said, Mirabelle is the only one who does it. So the movie starts off with Mirabelle singing about the whole family, the family of Marigalda. I know I butchered it. There's tons of Easter eggs, by the way. Or not Easter eggs, but hidden Mickeys, like in the flowers. But anyway, as she's singing, she's showing everyone's powers, and they're prepping for Antonio to find out what his is. We assume that it's going to be animals, and of course we're right because that would make sense. So they enter his door, and his door is this beautiful like forest. And through that, we see this huge amount of land. We see all the animals. I love this, by the way. This would be a room that I would choose. Okay? Forget it. This is my room. Anyway, while everyone's celebrating Antonio's powers, we see that Mirabelle is kind of taken aback. But if you notice on her outfit, she has a little bit of everything. We also see that the grandfather who was killed when the triplets were they were escaping from the bad guys. There's like a little shrine on him for him on the wall. Which does come up later in life. I meant in the storyline. Wow, I don't know why I said life. Anyway, the house is like on its own. Mirabelle's going crazy and feeling left out in many circumstances. She's going to visit everyone, including her sisters, one who's perfect. Ugh, she bothers me. And Louisa, who's the strong one. Yeah, this does come into play, and of course, there's a whole thing about Abuela, who she's disappointed because Mirabelle doesn't have powers, and she's afraid that Mirabelle's going to ruin everything. Of course, Mirabelle is the black sheep, and yet she is going to be the one to hint save everything. Anyway, if you pay closely to the murals on the wall, it's very much of the family, of things that happened, of their powers, and hinting to it. You'll see lots of Easter eggs through the food, the fruits. This song also really tells the story and the dynamic of the entire family to make it make sense. And I like that this song was at the very beginning, so we're not confused on who all the characters are. But as you can see, like you guys gotta pay very, very close attention to what the clothing is for all of these characters because it really does give it away. Also, if you notice in town, it also says Colombia, so that is where Encanto is set, which makes sense. And you see that Mirabelle's trying, and just everyone seems to think she's getting in the way. But there's like little hidden Easter eggs in throughout this film, which are brilliantly placed. Antonio, however, here is worried that he's going to be like his aunt. Because he's afraid he won't have powers, but of course we know that he does and what it becomes. I think these are totally out of order, by the way, and I am so sorry for that. Yeah, I just noticed these are out of order, and I apologize on that, but we're going to continue because that's the way we've been. So everyone is, at this party, and Antonio gets his powers, as we saw what they were, and his home. And then we see that he needs help from Mirabelle. Mirabelle really does give comfort to every member of the family in different ways. And there was a theory that said that because she like wiped after she held the candle, that she wiped it on her dress, as you see right here, that's why she lost her power. But that's not really the reason. She had bigger things coming to her, as we see at the very end. But this really sets the bar, and it's kind of why Bruno, we don't talk about Bruno, no, disappeared. So, yeah. Anyway, continuing on, Antonio gets his powers, everyone is proud, they all go in to celebrate. Meanwhile, Mirabelle sees, sees that she's not only the black sheep of the family, but she is also seeing the cracks in the house. The house is falling apart because it is built on this magic. It is built on the love of this family, but really I wouldn't say it's pretend, but it's very much a surface level of we're perfect and we're happy and all this. And this is kind of when, I shouldn't say kind of when, but when Louisa, Mirabelle's oldest sister, who is the strong one, sings Surface Pressure, by the way, amazing song, she talks about all of this. She feels the need to be strong for everyone. There's also a ton of Easter eggs in that. Like, you'll see, I will show you guys, but you'll see that things like Hercules come up, and the Greeks, and the three-headed dog. Hey, Harry Potter. Hi, how are you? No, I'm kidding. But Hercules, as you see right here, did fight off the three-headed dog, as you see. It does really look like Fluffy, though, from Harry Potter. Just saying. Um, by the way, the dancing monkeys are great, but you can see that Louisa is just going crazy. She kind of just wants to be herself. Also, the dancing monkeys are hilarious. And as we know that they are in Colombia, so it was kind of interesting that they put the map of South America. Anyway, this was a great song and really showed a lot of different Easter eggs, like the Titanic, for example, and the iceberg. So we know that they're aware that these things happen. Also, I have a theory about this door situation. I need to do that eventually, but yeah. This also gives me vibes of like Raya and the Last Dragon, or Moana, but it's very common for different cultures to have similarities. Also, this song, we don't talk about Bruno. Bruno's actually in the background. I don't know if you guys notice it. It's been going viral on TikTok. But yeah. So anyway, let's continue on. Mirabelle is trying to find out why Bruno left, what he actually saw in his vision, which we do find out that it was about her. It was all about her, and there's some Easter eggs in here too with the little thing. And the same with the three blind mice. Anyway, everyone in town is worried about what's happening to the house because the whole town was built because of the house, right? And so when Mirabelle finds Bruno and she's trying to figure out what's going on, she needs to know the answer. She needs to know how to solve it. So it's pretty much follow the butterfly, kind of like follow the spiders in Harry Potter. Just having some fun, just saying. It's not all Harry Potter here, but it said follow the butterfly, and it looks like it shows her sister, the perfect one, the roses. But I love this song as well because it just shows that it's okay to not be perfect. There's so many lessons in this film that really hit home for a lot of people. Also, little Easter eggs to Tangled, to Rapunzel here. The need to be perfect, the dancing and all that. Anyway, it's showing that There's beauty in everything. And so Mirabelle, I feel like her power is really ultimately showing people it's okay to be themselves. That it's okay to not have powers. It's okay to be who you are. And she does that for Louisa and her other sister, as well as her other family members. But Abuela finally comes in and realizes that there's no harm in it. So she tells her the story of the her getting married and the babies, and that's her mom and her aunt and uncle, and that they had to run from these bad guys, and unfortunately they were hunted down, and the dad was killed. The grandfather, Abuela's husband, was killed protecting them, and that's how the candle came to be with the magic, which saved them all. Of course, Bruno comes in at the end, like, don't, she didn't do anything wrong. I love Bruno. Like, he's quite a character. Um, but it finally hit Abuela that she was really the reason why the magic was dying, and they needed to fix it. And this is when that happens. It was fixed and all that. Um, so, there's a lot of pressure in the Latinx culture within families, especially from abuelas, the grandmothers. And I'm not saying they're the only culture, but it's well known that abuelas give a lot of pressure to family members, and it can be really hard on members. So, anyway, the town comes together, they work together to fix up the house. Bruno is reunited with everyone, as is Mirabelle. They're all happy everyone's alive. And they fix up the house pretty quickly. And at the very end, they said, we're really proud of you and we love you, and here is the doorknob. But turns out she does have powers. Or, well, so we think. There might be another one. But the house gets fixed and the magic is restored through that last doorknob, which is Mirabelle's. And they show that it's okay to not be perfect after all. Now, will there be an Encanto 2? Who knows? I hope there is, because it was quite a fun movie. Took me a few times to enjoy it, but it really was fun. Also, I love that there were butterflies in the kitchen. That was quite a cool Easter egg to the future. It was a foreshadowing, I should say. So here the house is restored through Mirabelle's door handle, and everything comes back to life. What are your thoughts on the movie? I can't wait to hear what you guys think, and I will see you very soon.